duplicated, often imitate. Took my lemons and made lemonade without a limit. I'm a renegade, they eliminate. They can never penetrate the defense I break. They can never generate the deep shit I make. They can never innovate the masses. The masses, stupid questions get dumb masters. I dumb masters, the funk masters, the leakers too. I'm a league of two, too elite for you. I be speaking too deep to see it through. Eager eyes, you need shit to reach the moon. This the big bang, I'm finna repeat the boom. In the center of attention, nigga, I need some room. Could've never seen me with the lyrics, you need to zoom. Yup, so keep an eye high, get the signal like it's Wi-Fi. Why try when a nigga so fly? Did it feel like I skydive when I drive by? Feeling like Cyclops, watching sci-fi when I leap from the ground and just watch as I fly. My shit the vibe, I just decide to go nuts to go fight. Fingers hit that, grab my phone and go live. Go in the zone, ain't no holding this guy. Who rolling the night? I'm going
007 at 7 a.m. 007 at 7 a.m. Hey, hey, hey. I'm going 007 at 7 a.m. 007 at 7 a.m. Hey, hey, hey. Okay, hey. I'm sniping for the steak. If you ain't talking justice, you can die another day. I'm going 007 at 7 a.m. 007 at 7 a.m. Hey, 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 hey. I'm sniping for the steak. If you ain't talking justice, you can die another day. 007 at 7 a.m. 007 at 7 a.m. Hey, 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 hey. I'm sniping for the steak. If you ain't talking justice, you can die another day. 007 at 7 a.m. 007 at 7 a.m. Hey, 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 hey.
Yo, man. Welcome to another episode of Locker Room Talk, man. I'm your host, Big Preezy, man, up in this thing, man, with my boy, Dare, man. What's going
finally
on?
back in this bitch?
All day. And my girl, Mimi, what's going on?
What's up?
Chilling.
So
Mimi,
did y'all miss me last week? Or last
Was
time?
it
2 weeks ago,
2
maybe?
weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah.
No, we didn't miss you, dog. It was all
We
good.
called you, or you called us.
I called you guys and everything, man. You know.
Yeah, it still wasn't the same.
Y'all didn't
dog.
miss me?
That was some bullshit what you did, though, man. But it's all good, homie.
so
You know,
wrong.
I ain't gonna talk no. I ain't gonna talk no shit.
Tell me
but
how
I'ma
you
talk
really
some
feel.
shit.
Tell me how you really feel, pimp. Like, you were so
God
nice
damn.
to me last week, and then now it looks like, man, you full of shit.
You know what it is, man. I'm gonna keep that same fucking energy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's what's up.
It's
I'm with
all
it. I'm
good.
with
It's
it.
all good, man. Man, fucking L.A. What up, L.A., man? That fucking traffic is back. Like a song is, bro. Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
Whatever excuse you need whatever excuse you need
I'm
to
serious,
use
dog,
for
dude.
being late.
Goddamn, Siri didn't even know what to do. Siri saying turn right. Oh, okay, turn
Turn
left.
right, but you're on the freeway.
Yeah, he took the
That's
wrong
Siri.
turn.
Goddamn. I said, goddamn Siri, bitch. Goddamn, what the hell you doing? It wasn't a character.
She's gonna be like, I don't appreciate being called a bitch.
She does. She has said that to me a couple times. She has said that to me a couple times. Like, for
Yeah,
real,
I don't know
man.
if I can. I don't like riding with Preezy, man. He be getting all. You from the country, so he ain't used to all these cars and shit.
Hell no, I'm living for
He be
straight
getting
freeway,
mad.
man. Straight
Isn't that right,
freeway.
man? It made me. I was. You,
No, I was asleep, so.
oh, good for you.
She said I be hitting on the brakes too hard when
Yeah,
I
you
stop.
do.
Oh yeah.
I was in the back seat a couple times, man.
What does your brother call you?
Call me elephant foot or some
No.
shit. On the other foot.
BG, breaking gas.
Breaking gas.
GB, gas break.
Gas
Gas
break.
Yes.
I mean, we was coming from shout out to Muscle Farm, and we drove out from Burbank. That was wild, man. That ride, it was okay, but you was getting all frustrated and shit. Like on the 101, you was like, oh yeah,
and that's the
I'm like, oh,
only,
man.
that's the only fucking thing I appreciate about the pandemic. Because when the pandemic first
Oh,
hit,
God.
everything was clear sailing.
Boy,
It took
yeah.
me 30 minutes to get here. I was on time and shit and all that. But goddamn, soon traffic come back. I said, goddamn, LA, man. But shout out to LA, man. I love LA, man.
We love it. We live here, so we gotta appreciate it.
Yeah, gotta appreciate it, man. All right, man. If y'all want to holler at us, talk to us, you know what I'm saying? Chat with us, give us a call. Shout out to Beacon Radio. Number is 424-262. Damn, I can't see.
Right here.
7656. Excuse me,
Wow.
y'all. You know, I'm fuck with that number.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. We are back. That's what. That's
Yeah,
what's, that's
yeah,
great.
Yeah, yeah. It is what it is. All right, quote of the day, man. You know what I'm saying? Come from, I guess, one of your favorite athletes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah.
About time. Shit. It's not Michael Jordan or Ken Griffey Jr. or somebody
One of the
that
GOATs,
Prezi's
man.
like just enjoys.
one of the
We can't get
GOATs,
any
man.
LeBron James quotes.
Hell no. Hell no.
Who's
But
today's? Who's today's?
It's Usain Bolt, man. Your boy.
Usain Bolt. Yes.
Man. and
Yeah, man.
You clearly think he's the best athlete.
He's
Yeah.
one of the greatest ever, I think.
Yeah.
Just in sheer dominance
Yeah.
and the fact that he put in the work since he was a kid. I mean, I relate him to like people like Serena Williams or LeBron James,
Yeah.
or to where they were young and they were prodigies and they just took it and ran with it and didn't fuck up along the way. You know what I mean? And they just did the best they could do.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that dude is a win. I just saw him. I rewatched this 4x1 where like they were about to get beat by the U.S. and it was just as soon as he got that anchor, it was just like bye. Like he was gone, man, just gone. I was just like, dude, and dude is struggling. He's like, oh my god, I gotta catch him.
If I had
So,
this
yeah.
speed, boy, goddamn.
You wouldn't be here.
I'm definitely somewhere else. All right, Usain Bolt said, "Kill them with success and bury them with a smile." So
That's what he does.
yeah,
Cause he beats him and then he's like,
yep, and smile.
good run. You know what I'm saying? So
What nationality is he in?
he's Jamaican.
He's Jamaican. Okay, okay,
Yeah, he was born in Jamaica. You know.
okay,
Yeah, man, he's Jamaican, full.
okay. I don't follow track like that. I need to, but you know, it is what it is. I'm a football and basketball guy. So,
I hear you.
so
I
it
hear
is
you. But
what
you
it is.
can't deny Usain
I
Bolt.
know.
I'm glad you found that.
I know. I heard of him. Let's just say
I actually
that.
wore his. I even got his sneakers before too. He had a thing with Puma. And that was crazy.
A
So,
running shoe.
yeah, it was a running shoe. Back when I used to run like that.
Can you run like that now?
Nah, man, I've never ran like Usain Bolt. But let's just get that straight. Never.
The long strides, man.
I got the strides, but
He's got long legs.
I got dude, man. But just about. But man, you put Usain Bolt next to me, man. I'll be like, look, this is about to be an embarrassment.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, man. All right, man. New music that's out, man. Drake. You heard the new Drake? His some of
Scary Hours EP is like
Yeah.
3 songs.
His,
Yeah.
yeah.
Lemon Pepper freestyle.
Yes.
Everybody's
Yes.
co-signing.
Yes. I ain't gonna lie, man. Him and Ross need to come out with 10 songs, an EP with 10 songs.
No,
man. Dude, they like the best collaboration.
The best. I mean, they first of all, I think it's like 40. I think the producer chooses music well for him.
Yeah.
And that's what I
But
think is the best.
Ross chooses them beats for him, bro. And Ross chooses the best.
Well,
he got the
Ross's-
best.
his
best
production is never
Yeah,
lacking.
yeah.
But I will say that you know, they do work well together. It's just
Who you
I don't know, I
think
think
work
it's-
better together, Ross or Drake or Future and Drake?
I mean, it's first of all, Future is not. I don't really look at his rapping as like something that's great. Like I think he produces way better than he raps. I think he arranges music well because
Yeah.
you know he's from the Dungeon and they just
Yeah.
make music and he's really great at that. But if you're talking about making songs, I really see Ross and Drake coming together and making better like hits. You know what I mean? And they don't really have to say much. They ain't talking about shit ever. Like they just like Maybach music. Like I get it. Like you know,
Maybach music, baby.
like Aston Martin music. Like it's a vibe every time. That's what it. Even like this one, he had one good line on the Lemon Pepper freestyle that I thought was really good. He's
But
like,
Ross is underrated,
your
man. As far as the
lines-
lyricists do.
he said your lines are. He said your lines are like fire drills. I mean, they seem real, but they feel real, but they ain't real. And that was the dopest like line. But Ross, like, he don't really have one liners. He has these great intros, and his voice and his delivery is like what's great for him.
One thing I want to follow by Ross, I want to ask Ross, man. I'm gonna say, dude, how do you still keep your weight and still eat fucking lemon pepper wings and goddamn checkers?
You know that boy
Oh,
don't
no.
eat no lemon pepper. You know
Yeah,
he
for real.
if he
Seriously, he say he eats lemon pepper wings and checkers, man. And dude still got.
once a week maybe, and you know he don't eat like that.
So
Man,
you think
he damn near 50 years old?
You think he finesse like DJ Khaled, and DJ Khaled used to be on the goddamn elliptical every time, but never. So you see like DJ Khaled game time.
DJ Khaled is a fat ass. Okay, so let's keep that real. Like DJ Khaled is definitely eating lemon pepper wings. He is eating lemon pepper wings. You know what I'm saying? He is like, but I think Ross is like on some other shit. Like I think the way he's worked on transforming his health is incredible. You know what I mean? From what I see, I don't know what he's done. It is not like it's a Busta moment. Well, you know Busta was in the gym.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes was about to blow up,
Yeah.
and then he just dropped 40 like that. Like he's 6-pack and all, 47 years old. Just
Man,
kick-
but the thing about Sony Rapper, man, you don't think Sony Rapper getting operations and shit? I mean, look at Freshman Town, man. Freshman Town had a gut, and then all of a sudden, that motherfucker come up with a damn 6-pack, man. Like, seriously,
Fresh
bro.
Montana was
I mean,
kinda
even
skinny,
Drake
though.
did the same damn thing. He had a gut, and that motherfucker came out with a damn 6-pack, man.
Well, I mean, think about it. Okay, so you got 6 to 8 weeks to get yourself in shape. You don't really have to be anywhere besides there.
Yeah.
I think you can pay somebody about a cool, 5-10 G's to get you straight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got to do the work. I think you can do it if you're not already like, if you're not overweight and you've done it before. I think you can get yourself back. Barring
I
injury.
think some of the motherfuckers take their stones to it, man. So, man, I ain't gonna lie. For real, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Some of that shit crush me, man. It don't make no sense.
I know for sure they do. Some definitely do, man.
For real,
Or they
man.
take some extra laxative to just
Extra.
extra laxative.
Be shitting all damn day.
Yeah, bro. They're like, oh yeah, you got a week of shit, and go to the shit house. And they got a house just for shitting.
no.
Oh,
my
man, this is
God.
too much. Oh my god.
No,
I'm so embarrassed.
Do not drink. Do not drink a milkshake and goddamn eat cauliflower and broccoli on the same
Okay, you've already said this one. I'm tired of your cauliflower broccoli farting in the middle of the night
night.
story.
Dude, that shit will have you blow. It's good for it, but that shit have you bloated like a motherfucker, man. Like seriously, that shit will have you blow. You do not want to be around me when I eat that shit, bro.
Okay,
Like, seriously.
I will make sure that the next time you come by, we will not have broccoli, or if we do, I'll have it on the side and you don't have to eat it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Make sure you light a candle in that motherfucker.
Oh my
Set the candles up.
You got anything? You witnessed this before?
Lysol
You been in
came
the
and
car
killed
with
Yeah.
that goddamn smell.
You experienced it?
Good thing I'm not there on the weekdays. I don't sleep there on the weekdays.
Oh, good for
so.
you.
Yeah,
Damn.
man, it's bad.
Oh.
That's all I gotta say.
He woke himself up.
Yeah.
You like, who's in my house?
Have you ever
Who in there fighting?
Dude, have you ever, I slept one time, bro. I literally, I farted in my sleep, and that shit woke my ass up, man. Like, seriously, that shit was bad, bro. That shit was terrible, man. I'm like, dude, what the fuck did I eat, man? Feel like something crawling in my stomach and it died, man.
He like under the covers. You like,
Yeah.
get him off.
That's it. And that motherfucker just sat in there. That motherfucker just sat under the damn covers. Just
Okay,
sitting.
I can't. Oh my god. All right, if you're not laughing at that, if you're watching this and you're not laughing at that, please just like
Kill
take a
yourself.
break.
Everybody been through that shit before.
If you can't, dude, that is hilarious.
Yes.
I mean, I can't lie and say that I've never like farted and woke up and been like, oh man, that's awful.
I think my farts got a life of his own, dude. That's how seriously. I think my farts got a life of
See,
his own.
the difference with the great thing about you all is that like maybe you don't have to sleep there. Like, see, like with me, like that's why I have like a cow king.
I wash the
because-
sheets before she come over. That's how bad it is. So
Okay,
I make sure that shit is
goddamn.
gone. I like scent the candles.
Did you
all
know
that
this? Did he
shit.
just drop a secret and on the?
Cause she felt the draft before.
Oh shit! No, I mean, I've been there on the other end too. Like where you just look over, you're like, I hate you. Like, what is your? Oh, you just want to kick him off the bed. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done it before. Like, like Monique is super nice. Like my wife is nice. She'd be like, Are you farting? She looked up. She'll look up. She's like, Just tap on me. I'm like, yeah. Oh, I think you farted. Like, oh, okay. Okay. All right. Can I just take the cover and? I'm like, okay, go ahead. You know, because she'll wrap herself in a burrito.
Yeah.
And I think like when I was like getting back into my workouts, I feel like maybe I was doing it in my sleep because she put like another cover on the side of the bed for me, and then she had hers, and then she would go to bed. She'd be like all wrapped in them, like a burrito. And I'm like, dang, I guess we're not doing anything tonight, but it's not the reason why. She's like, yeah, we can, but like, look, I just want to stay like this.
So Monique never farted around you.
Oh yeah, bro. Like one time it was so bad. I was Googling like,
I'm sorry, Monique. I ain't saying he telling this damn story.
one time it was so, and no, I tell her, you know me. I was like, oh man, like what to do when your wife smells. I Googled it one time. She was like, it was like a few days where she was just like letting it rip, bro. Like so. Wow. But you know that makes strong, long-lasting relationships.
Yeah, you get around comfortable farting around each other. That's yeah. I tell you like this, if you can tolerate each other farts, yeah, you'll stay together.
There's no doubt. Like, yeah, dude. Like, I mean, not only I tolerate all types of farts because I got also a 3-year-old and a 13-year-old. You know, they be doing all. They're the worst. Yeah. Anyway, so, I love them. I love them. Everybody sees me. I love them.
Yeah, but never get caught in the elevator fart. That's the worst one.
And especially when it's like people that don't want to admit that shit.
Yeah. Everybody looking around.
You see, you're like, man, somebody just let it go. Yeah. Man, it'd be great if it was me, because then I'd be like, hey, guys, I'm a human. I have gas.
But you know you ain't gonna admit to that shit, bro.
I will hold it. That's the only way only place I'll hold it is in a confined space like that. I'll hold it as long as I possibly can. Or I'm getting off at the next one. Like if it's like 10th and then I get on and I hit 1 and then I got a fart and I'm like, man, I don't want to fart. I'm hitting like 7. And I'm just going to step off.
Oh my goodness.
All right, let's keep it going, man.
Oh man. All right, man.
So we're going to take a break before we bring in our guests? Or?
Yeah, we're going to oh yeah. Shout out to Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak.
Yeah, the music.
Yeah.
We went so far on Drake and them.
Yeah.
Silk Sonic is on. I'm so excited for that.
Yes.
And they only have like 1 or 2 songs right now. The intro.
Yeah.
And then the other. Oh man. Ooh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Leave the door open. Now I will tell you, this is the thing. I felt like, you know, they stay within like a little bit of lines with the leave the door open. It just. I feel like they can get better though. You know what I mean?
But it brings me back to that old school feel, man. Cause you know that's what R&B is missing.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
They're so good. They're so good.
I mean, no offense to the new generation, but all y'all talk about is fucking.
Yeah,
I don't want to hear about that shit.
You mean like
you know
what I'm saying? The trap? What is it called? Like some type of like trap R&B or something, like where they're just like the heavy bass and all they do is they kind of rapping but singing. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll tell you, Chris Brown's still keeping it kind of like.
He's like the new. I don't even put Chris Brown in the same.
Right. Because he's incredible.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking about these new artists, man. I mean, that's why I love Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
They going back.
You can
to
feel
the
the soul in that music, man.
Yeah.
Man, they got what's his name helping them with it. George Clinton.
Yeah,
George Clinton.
George Clinton. Mr. Funk himself.
Man. Yeah, it's gonna be great. I can't wait till all these songs start.
Yeah, as soon as they go on tour, man. As soon as they let people start going on tour and let people in, man. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try to hit that up. Yes,
For
sir.
sure.
So, man, it seems like you got something new from your boy
from Moonrock Mod. That's the guy that made the music for our show.
Shout out to Moonrock, man.
Yeah, man. He just dropped a song called "Regular Day." And it's a song that I actually heard a while back, but it's just, I just want people to listen to it. It's just got a really good funk to it.
Yeah.
So.
Y'all check it out, man. Moonrock.
Even matter, you know we can smoke. Shawty, what you sippin' on? What's the tea? Smoke on. It don't even matter. today is Friday, so you know I'm feeling smoky, man. I'm rolling with a zipper more, you know this, man. I'm rolling with a zipper more, you know this, man.
It's just a regular day to me.
Smoke one, it don't even matter, you know we can smoke
Shawty,
one.
what you sipping on? What's the tea?
Smoke one, it don't even matter, you know we can smoke one.
You know how them players be.
Smoke one, it don't even matter, you know we can smoke one.
It's just a regular day to me. No thing. A regular day to me ain't no thing.
Day to me, smoke one, it don't even matter, you know we can smoke one.
What's the tea?
Smoke one, it don't even matter, you know we can smoke one. Smoke one, it don't even matter, you know we can smoke one.
It's just a regular day to me.
Smoke one, it don't even matter, you know we can smoke
Shawty, what you
one.
sipping on? What's the tea?
Smoke one, it don't even matter, you know we can smoke one.
You know how them players be.
Smoke one, it don't even matter, you know we can smoke one.
It's just a regular day to me. No thing. A regular day to me ain't no thing.
Dope. Yeah, man.
Now it's my time.
It's your turn now.
It's my time. Shout out to Moon Rock, man, with the new joint, man.
Yeah,
Holla
man.
at us, man, and everything, man. So we're gonna bring to our guest, man. This is a repeated guest, man. My guy, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Been known for a minute, man. We play Hoover ball. You know what I'm saying? Outside on the beach, man. We quit
Say it
doing
one more time.
Hoover ball.
Hoover ball. Now we
Yeah.
gonna have to.
Man, it's
figure out
fun as
that.
shit, man.
I've
Fun
heard you
as shit.
explained that to me before. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Like,
it's
yeah.
it's like volleyball, but you tossing a big ass beach ball.
Medicine ball.
Medicine
okay.
ball. Yeah.
It's a medicine ball.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
medicine ball. Yeah.
He said beach ball and medicine ball. Two
Well,
different things.
well, medicine ball. Yeah.
Medicine ball.
Yeah.
That's a
A
workout.
4 pound, or is it?
Yeah,
6
about
or 8,
8 pounds.
yeah.
8 pounds. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you run around tossing that joke around, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm with it.
To a game
Gotta
of
do it.
how many points we scored to a game of 10, 7, something like that.
Yeah, what was it 10, 12? I don't
Yeah,
remember.
yeah, about 10,
God,
12.
nice.
Depending on how many people was out there.
Yeah.
Sometimes we went 8.
Yeah. But anyway, man, this is my boy, my homeboy, Mind and Muscle Keith, man. What's going on, homie?
What's up, bro? Appreciate y'all for having me.
Oh, appreciate you coming through, homie. For
shit.
real, man.
Anytime.
Hey, yeah, man. For the people that don't know, man, just introduce yourself. Give a little introduction on yourself, man. Where you from? You know what I'm saying?
What you do?
What you do? How you got into this fitness lifestyle?
Well, you know, I'm from originally from Indiana, so I moved here. I don't even know if it's 6 or 7 years ago to go back to school, and I wanted to like work in corporate fitness. So went and found like a program out here in North Hollywood that had like continuing education. So to get these certifications, and then I was working in corporate America, and you know that's not for me. It was tough, man. I didn't feel like I was in control, and you know it was hard getting adjusted. You know the whole learning curve when you're out here. So that sitting at the desk for 8 hours a day, and
Damn, what was you doing?
I was at Beachbody
Okay.
in El Segundo. So then at that time it was Long Beach, waking up at 4 in the morning to go to work at 6, and then 6 to 2 drive to the Valley to go to school from 6 to 10, and got to get back all the way out to Long Beach to go to sleep. So I get home about 12:01, wake up at 4 and do it over again. So I hit the wall, and then from there I went to Boeing. They got and I was doing corporate fitness there.
Oh, okay.
So I did that, and then I found an opportunity in the Valley where I saw a guy training. So I was like, well, what is this? I was like, this is different. Like, I've been around for a minute. Like, I need to learn this.
Yeah.
So Mike G was like, all right, well, shit, just I wouldn't be in my position if, you know, nobody showed me. So start coming, I start teaching you. And then, you know, fast forward, I mean, I've been fortunate to make it, you know, this far. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, man. So since this, you know, the whole pandemic, everybody thought the end of the world, all this shit, man.
It was, man. It was the end of the fucking world.
Hell no. It's gonna be all right. But how did you cope with the whole transition, not be able to go to any gyms and stuff like that, man? Like,
You really didn't have a choice.
yeah.
I mean,
How did it affect you mentally?
well, I think with the whole, like, with the protests and everything, I'm from
Yeah.
Indiana, you from Mississippi, I'm
Right.
not sure where y'all from,
Right.
but, you know, Indiana's a red state, so racism was nothing new.
Yeah.
So when that popped off, I, like, locked in, like, it's us against them, they about to start coming out the woodwork, so
Right.
it's just, like, head on a swivel,
Right.
you know what I mean? Gyms are closed, but I'm going to people's houses, so Work wise, it wasn't that much of a difference because like 2012, 13 was like the worst years of my life. I lost like 7 family members. Came to work one day and the sign was on the door of my job. So literally had no income while I'm trying to finish school.
Damn.
And that's when I started training. And I was just going to people's houses, just trying to make it, collecting unemployment, just trying to survive till I could finish school. So as far as work wise, it wasn't that much of a difference. I was fortunate to had kind of been in that situation where it was a big shift and you just got to go get it. But it was a lot of anxiety, but it wasn't work. It was just driving different neighborhoods. You know, like same thing as all of us. You don't know who's racist now.
Yeah.
True.
You driving, and social media made it worse. Like you see,
Completely, man.
you know, people FedEx, UPS drivers. So like everywhere I'm going, it's just like fuck. You know what I mean? Like I just hope I don't run into no bullshit. You know. So
that's
Man,
true.
yeah, that's what a lot of people like. I mean, I grew up in Dallas, just you know, FYI, and yeah, we dealt with it. The what I call it is the covert bigotry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, people like say, oh, like you can still do the same things that everybody does, but covert bigotry is like when it's like it's not right in your face. You know what I mean? And that's the most powerful one. And it was just on like big display.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of us dealing with the pandemic, and so I feel that, man.
Like that first week, I just remember it was just a dark, thick, nasty like energy outside, and everybody's just like, we don't know what's gonna happen. We're thinking like the race war is about to pop off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then you know things got better, of course, but it was still tough. But it was just trying to just look forward and actually just staying busy helped me, because if I was sitting in the house and just thinking about it on social media, it would have been worse. But the fact that I was fortunate enough to like be able to work a little bit kept my mind occupied until things got better. You know what I mean? And as far as like the pandemic, it just became the norm. It's like now it's getting readjusted to things back open. You know, so
like being brave enough to be around a bunch of people, I guess, or whatever.
You know, and I've been social distancing long before this, so this is
Oh, really?
yeah, man,
Explain that.
I just keep my distance out here. Stay to myself, my own little circle, and just have my routine. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So it wasn't that big of a difference. Like you said earlier, I enjoy being able to drive around and leave at a normal time and make it to my destination. Now I got to leave, hour ahead. So I'm not looking forward to the traffic, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, it was a nice little break from the traffic. I ain't gonna lie, man.
I think the pandemic really brought people inner thoughts out. You know what I'm saying?
Because they had to sit with them.
Yeah, they had to sit with them. You know what I'm saying?
weren't able to, like,
their real
cover it.
emotions.
Yeah.
You know, out. So it uncovered a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Just like y'all, we from the South Midwest. It's right in our face. They ain't gonna sugarcoat shit.
Oh, we've been
you know what I'm saying?
dealing with it. Yeah.
And it seemed like I hear it, they was hiding it. You know what I'm saying?
That was frustrating.
Yeah, they was hiding. You know who?
Yeah, because people pretended like they were progressive out here, and they weren't. You just I personally, I see a lot of like a silver lining within that, like where, if you haven't been doing the mental work, you know what I mean, then shit, you're gonna have to now, because you know what I mean. And if you have, then you kind of you still strive, through it.
So how, as far as the pandemic, how did you pull your clients to be comfortable enough to continue doing what they doing? You know, as far as the pandemic was going on.
Well, luckily, I don't say luckily, they trusted me already. The existing clients that I had, it's just we not going to the gym. You're gonna come to the house, or you know what I mean. So they trusted me, and then I was fortunate enough, like word of mouth, and got more clients, and then business started booming. So. And, it was adjustment at first, way back. I got a mask on and, pretty much just like everybody else at work. And it was, for the most part, they needed a stress reliever too, because we were all in the house.
Yeah.
Right.
So they like, look, I got to get out. I got to do something because,
And then talking to people is a thing too. That's healthy too, to be able to get dialogue from somebody that that's not yourself, or somebody that you see all the time.
Yeah, it was a lot of like good conversations, because, I don't just like work with like one race. So then, I had Jewish clients, and then we were like talking about, Holocaust, not Holocaust versus slavery, but, the contrast, why we're more alike than different. Then, I had some clients who I found out, they were bigots. So I had to cut them loose, you know what I mean? And that's why I left the other spot. You realize when shit hits the fan, you see who is who. And so it's weird because you kind of expect it. You get that third eye and that different ear because you're just used to it. But you want it to be better, and when you find out that these people are on that, you're like, damn, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
and I saw a lot of that in fitness where, you know, and I know just posting something is just a post, but when you see people caption black athletes, black talent, but when it comes to this, it's like, you know, it ain't my issue. You know?
Right, yeah.
That was very frustrating.
It is.
Very,
yeah.
very frustrating in fitness.
That
Right.
indifference.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's almost seems like they using our culture to make money off us.
1,000%.
Well, that's always
Yeah,
been the
I
case.
mean,
You know,
of course. You know,
I mean, I think that the issue is when it's obvious that they're not an ally. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's when the problem is. I mean, like you can be a capitalist and you can find something that you know to make money off of, and it could be someone else's culture that you know you're marketing or whatever it be. But if you're not an ally when these people are going through something emotionally as a group of people, and then you're just like I'm out of here, or you play like some type of victim role, like, oh, that's not me, or like I don't know anything about it, or you know what I'm saying? Like that's where people, you know, get wrong, because like a lot of millionaires and billionaires that were like owning companies and stuff, like that's why you heard them coming out the woodwork. It's like, oh, we're gonna support or whatever.
Yeah, just to keep that bottom line.
Yeah,
for sure.
But as far as the job market, as far as these big corporations, you got these corporations. They only want to hire like 1%. It got to be 1%, like, you know, another race. You know, it always been like that. I always wonder why it got to be like, why you got to have that like
They're
that.
mandated to for
yeah.
EOE. You know what I'm
But
saying?
that's bullshit to me.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course it's always bullshit. I think there are some companies that are just like deciding to say, hey, look, we're just gonna focus on we're gonna like lower the nepotism within the companies. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's always gonna be a thing, and it's not always a bad thing to, you know, to exercise a little bit of nepotism within early beginnings of companies. But if you're a publicly traded company, you can't be putting people in positions that aren't qualified.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, but and at the same time, I mean, you see a lot of people, like I was gonna mention with the like the owners of like sports franchises and larger.
Yeah.
They call them they give themselves their own pat on the back because, oh well, like I have players that are black, and they kind of like use that as some type of excuse. But that's your product though.
Yeah.
Like, you know, yeah, they just happen to be black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, you're gonna pay them, you know, a very marginalized amount to what you're actually bringing in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that just happens to be a lot to the regular guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's not a lot relatively.
Yeah,
you
you're
know?
making way more off me than I am, and plus we don't have a seat
and
at
plus
the table.
you can sell my jerseys in posterity.
Yeah.
Like you got everything, all my likeness in posterity.
Yep.
But you're gonna pay me for 5 years, $20 million. Okay, but that's $20 million. You know,
You
50
made
years from now,
20
you're gonna make
billion.
$20 billion
Yeah.
off of my name alone.
And
you know?
I want to ask this: like, do you think it's a division within fitness, like far as trainers and, like, for example, this trainer not gonna train this client because of his race, or this trainer gonna charge this trainer more because of their race? You know,
I'm sure in some places it's just blatant like that, but I run into it a lot where it's covert. Like when I was at the other spot,
Yeah.
I'm pretty much the only black dude in
So
there.
if you walk in, they put you in a certain.
So I was
Right.
any girl who wanted a big butt, I wanted to grow their butt or work their glutes.
They just came to
they
you.
would want to just bring me up or refer me. Like, work with him, he's the glute guy. Then you got this guy who's owns a business or this athlete, and they'll give him to somebody else of another race.
Yeah.
So I see that a lot. You know, I mean, it's just no different than the other job.
Yeah.
It's just in fitness. You know, you just
It's
yeah,
covert,
you know, it's just they stereotype you, and then they just try and sugarcoat it and downplay it. You know, pat you on the back, like, yeah, he's the glute guy, and you're supposed to be a company man, and it's just like, well, no, I can see through this. I know what time it is, but I'm gonna just keep quiet, and then I'm gonna play the cards right, but I'm gonna get the last laugh. You know what I mean? So it's just really beating them to the punch. But yeah, I mean, all in all, I feel like I would just respect it more. Weirdly enough, I just respect if you're racist.
If you're straight up with
Just
it.
tell me what time it is.
Yeah.
Like, it's like with
Yeah.
the kneeling thing with, you know, just tell me, look, it's going to affect our bottom line.
Yeah, I felt like they were coming up with all kinds of bullshit.
Yeah, just
right?
say what it
Like,
is. It's not our issue. It's going to affect our bottom line. Stop telling me it's something else because now you're basically saying I'm crazy, and that's going to piss me off.
Yeah, whenever you tell somebody that like they don't see the green dollar sitting here, it's not really
Right.
like they're gonna that's offensive. And then like I think what's that
That's a
saying?
fucking insult too.
I
man.
can't hear what
Yeah.
you say because of what you do. Like
Yeah.
like so if somebody's doing something that's way louder than what they're saying, it's obvious that
Yeah.
like it's a racial issue for you.
Yeah.
And it was obviously a race issue from the beginning. The whole kneeling thing. It wasn't a flag thing, and then they tried to change the narrative.
Yeah,
last
yeah.
minute.
And now you're
Yeah.
making us more frustrated. And
Right.
where it's like, I don't understand. I'm telling you specifically why I'm doing this.
It
It
was
was
so-
like the
so
protests
clear.
and the riots. Like,
Facts.
yeah, okay, rioting and tearing shit up isn't good.
Right.
But we've been saying this has been going on, and you're hijacking on. So now we have to get your attention.
Right.
Unfortunately, you know what I mean. That's the most frustrating thing. And then they brought politics involved. They tried to make it about the left or the right, and they're like, "Yo,
And making up like groups
yeah, this
like
like,
Antifa or
yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
The,
You like,
the left side is this, and the right side is that. I'm like, yo, look, it has nothing to do with Democrat, Republican.
It
Like
doesn't.
this guy had his hands up. Granted, if he's guilty, cool, or
should
he's
have his
committed
day in
a crime.
court. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
arrest him like you would anybody else. We're
Thank
not
you.
saying we want. Well, I'm not saying nobody knows saying we want special breaks or anything like that. You just want to be treated the same,
like a human.
the same.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. And then people just take their interpretation and like social media and all this other stuff. Like I had a guy that I had been working with his kids for like a while, and I literally sent him a picture of when he was in Brentwood. A guy had a black dummy hanging,
Wow.
and
You saw this in Brentwood, bro?
yeah. And I said, what does this have to do with Trump? What does this have to do with Biden? So this is nothing to do with that.
This is a humane.
And he was
issue.
like, man,
yeah,
and he was
yeah.
bringing up Antifa and all this other stuff. I'm like, bro, I don't know much about that, but what I can tell you is this. I'm like, all right, so explain the noose. He was like, well, that's nothing. I'm like,
okay.
you can't say that.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, that's
Wow.
that's bigotry.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm like,
straight
well,
up.
that's
you're,
your opinion.
You're
Like,
racist.
yeah, and I'm like, I'm telling you, this is what this is.
yeah,
That's what it is. Like, and he was a Jewish guy, and it's like, if you tell me something that is offensive to Jewish people, I have nothing to say about it.
right.
It's just shut the fuck up, listen, and learn.
Right.
I don't have an opinion on something that you've been through. But there's like a double standard when it comes to us that's, frustrating. I'm like, nowhere else in America is this objectivity like this. Like
Right.
if I'm in
You're right.
court
Right.
and you got hundreds of witnesses going back to forever with virtually who don't know each other,
Right.
but have the same story in essence. And they're all witnessing while I'm on a stand saying, with my experience with him, this is what happened. I'm going to jail.
Facts.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like racism, we're saying, okay,
Yeah.
this is an issue, not just with black people, like the Asian hate's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like these people are saying this is going on.
Yes.
Several different witnesses with similar stories, and like, what else
And then
do you
y'all want
fucking
to say
need?
it's not that just
Yeah,
because
exactly.
you feel like your voice is more important.
Yeah, now
than
you
someone else.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like anything else, like if there's smoke, there's fire. But when it comes to this discrimination shit, it's not that. It's
yeah.
what we think about it.
And the same thing with the whole like what happened on January 6th. Like it's so funny, like the difference in response to it. You know what I mean? Like it's so there. You know what I mean? And I know, man. That was probably the most interesting part of the year, like that we've had to like see and witness more
Bro,
than
they
ever.
stormed the Capitol. I can't storm a Lakers game without getting
Bro,
shot.
you telling me? Like I know. Man, you can't walk in anywhere with somebody like, "Hey, what are you doing? Where can I help? Whoa, where's your ID, credential, whatever?"
You heard what happened to Patrick Ewing?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Did you?
No.
So Patrick Ewing is, he's the head coach for Georgetown.
Yeah.
And they just played their tournament
Yeah.
at Madison Square Garden. Now this is Patrick Ewing that went to
Knick legend.
went to two finals.
Correct.
Was the longest tenured Knick in the history of the franchise. Played there his entire career. He played with one other team, maybe his last year.
Yeah.
And he, they were checking his ID to get through the door. Like he wasn't even going to like
Exactly.
locker room or anything. He's like, man, I'm getting accosted.
Yeah. Y'all ask me who I am. Y'all
But-
should know who I am.
But
name's
James
a
Dolan
rapper.
is an idiot, and we all know that. So,
I mean, same thing happened to Charles Oakley and Spike Lee. Like,
yeah.
really, man?
It's the Madison Square Garden group. It's really not
It's not the team.
Knicks. It's
No,
not
it's
the
not the Knicks.
It's
not-
it's the Madison Square. It's James Dolan, the owner, and he's clearly a bigot. So that's the issue.
They don't want to give up positions of power. They feel a threat. Like, what's the shit going on with was it Harry and the royal family?
Oh yeah, that part. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't want the baby to be dark, but you're white and your wife is lighter than I am, and you're worried about the child coming out dark.
Wow.
Yeah.
That baby's about to be the
Like,
super parent.
How are
like,
you worried about that?
Like, and why would you worry?
Yeah, and she can pass for white if she wanted to, but you're
Exactly.
worried about the child. That doesn't even make scientific sense. Like, this just shows how racist you are.
Yeah,
You got two
exactly.
fair-skinned people, and you worried about the child coming out dark. That doesn't make logical sense.
It doesn't. And I mean, the baby could still.
Unless
She
you
got
think it's
black
not his
folks in
baby.
her-
So if the
Yeah.
baby do come out dark, you gonna disown the baby?
That's what I'm saying. The baby could easily come
Probably
out
will.
dark. And they're the fact that it's a conversation is the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like, yeah.
But if you look up the history of the royal family and how they came into power, you see this is, they didn't get it the right way, morals and shit. So it's nothing new.
Yeah, we don't need to get into
I
the
mean,
depths of that, but
yeah,
that was
in history. Period. Everything like far as with power has been stolen. Nobody ain't earned power respectively. Everything was stolen for power.
mostly.
That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? So, man, let's get off there, man, dude. I want to know about this movement specialist. Now, give me the definition of a movement specialist, as far as your technique, as far as your training.
I guess I just specialize in movement. It's just pretty much like understanding how to move, getting people to move correctly based on what your goal is. Like, football player has to move a certain way, basketball player, person that just has a day job wants to move a certain way.
Yeah.
So just understanding functional movement and just applying it to the person that I'm working with so they can reach their goal.
You know, I wanted to mention something, and it's kind of like, audible, not necessarily within our like list of questions, but the last time you were on the show, you talked about how you trained a professional athlete. Was it Derrick Rose?
Yeah,
Is that right?
yeah.
I've worked with a few, quite a
other-
few of them.
Okay.
But,
He was just the one that.
yeah, I went like viral working with him. But I worked with a lot of them, prior to that. That particular video.
And do you use any of that, like the movement for them, or like, or is there more like just like how is the training different from?
Pretty much like you got like you're gonna squat, you're gonna press, you're gonna pull.
Okay.
You got certain basic functions that we're all gonna do. It's just how do you want to do it?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like a basketball player, a football player. When you squat, you got to be more explosive.
Right.
A woman or somebody trying to like build glutes, you want to like really overload. So they're gonna go heavier and go slower. So it's just changing how they lift, but the movements are pretty much come from the same, dynamic. It's just applying
Push,
it
pull,
different.
and press. Okay, that's cool.
You're gonna push, you're gonna pull, you're gonna press, you're gonna deadlift.
Yeah.
You're gonna rotate. So it's just basic functions. It's just how that person wants to do it, like to reach their goal.
Right. So, what particular sport, like Serena Williams, she's playing tennis like you got a client that won't be like the next Serena Williams. You'll teach them how to work those specific muscles to make them.
Yeah, and it also depends. Like you got to see what a client is. Like if the person's like already strong, like can serve really well.
Right.
I'm not gonna spend a lot of time doing that. I'm just gonna make sure that they don't get tight. And work the opposite side that it don't work.
Okay.
But this person doesn't move well laterally, so we're gonna work on moving laterally.
Got it.
And getting
Right.
more agile with that versus just working on your hitting. So it just all depends on what a person is and what they can improve on.
So you focus on them being strong as a whole person as well. Like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they-
You want like it's called like farmer strength versus just traditional weight strength. You know
Got
what I
it,
mean?
yeah.
Where you got to be strong in movement. Like Kevin Durant, he didn't bench 185, but
yeah, but he's
you
strong
don't see
in
him
movement.
getting bullied on the court.
Right, facts. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but you got guys who can bench 500 pounds, they get on the court, can't
They're
hold
super
it on
pillowy,
their own.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's just pretty much what it is. Just different types of strength that people
Right.
that have to have.
Yeah, and the thing I like about you, Keith, man, you train a lot of dope athletes, like professional athletes and everything like that. And you got some trainers that train one big superstar and they get big hated, and feel like they the shit. And
Yeah, they live off. They live
yeah,
off.
they,
of that,
they live off that. You know what I'm
And-
saying?
Yeah.
I train this
kinda
one specific
weird.
person, and you
Yeah.
got to set an appointment to see me.
Yeah, I think that's kind of weird. I think it's weird.
I mean, how do you cope with that? I mean, like, far
Stay
as-
away from us while social distance. But it's weird. I mean, I was who I was before I got here.
Right.
You know, and then like when I was younger, I was like had like a good job, like working at the gym, and I was running the streets and doing a bunch of crazy shit, and all that got taken away from me. So,
Right.
Okay.
you know, and it hasn't been the easiest getting adjusted in LA. So it's always that fact, like I don't want to start wilding out because all this can be taken away.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then another thing, like I just feel like if you're an A-list celebrity or a big-time athlete, and I train you and I build a name for myself, I don't really feel like I just feel like it's weird to
Yeah.
be living off of your name.
Yeah.
Like
Yes,
you're
that is
getting your
weird.
ego from another dude.
Yeah.
That's really bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's another thing. Like
Yeah.
I hear you on that one, man. It's
Yeah.
you do want to build up your craft.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
you worked out with them. It's kind of like, you know, I mean, people talk about like another like trainer that I kind of like think about when I think of you is well, Tim Grover's been doing it for forever.
Oh yeah.
But you know, like he's kind of one of those guys too. Is like you never knew who he was
Yeah, yeah.
necessarily until he wrote that book, and
Right.
then you were like, you know, wow, this guy's done all this. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And really, like, it's because of that he wasn't like all in there, like, hey, you know, taking photo here, whatever. He's like, no, if you come into work and get this in, I can help you get stronger,
Yeah.
and that's what it's all about, man.
And it's just weird, like you get your whole swag off another guy. Like
Yeah.
you're
I
not
feel
the
you.
celebrity, like you know what I mean. You really you're hired to do a job.
Yeah.
I'm
Back.
surprised.
And there's a lot of people just hired to do
like,
jobs.
it's like you just on staff.
Yeah,
to be completely
that's what it
honest. And
is.
I'm not about to be like, yo, I trained such and such
Woo,
to
wee.
get this girl to like me. Like, no, never.
Man, don't you know I trained so and so? You don't want to get with this?
No.
What?
Oh
Come
man,
on,
that's
weird.
so great, man. Oh man, that's
That's
so
really
real
weird.
though. I love it, man.
That's
I love
crazy,
it.
man. That's crazy. So, I mean, like far as you know, different trainers. You know, I'm trying to think of my question, bro.
Come on, wait, fitness routine?
Yeah, fitness routine. Yeah, like what type of routines do you like? A basic client, just like me. If I come and train with you, just to get ripped or something like that. What is the basic routine where I have to go? What basic routine would you?
Well, first we would do like an assessment and see like how you move first and see what you need to work on.
Okay.
But usually I'm asking how much sleep you get, how much water you're drinking, what are your
Okay.
eating habits like. So
Okay.
if you're not sleeping, you're not hydrated, and you're not eating correctly, you're not going to see the results. Like, you know what I mean? So that's just pretty much it. And then you want to rip up. At the end of the day, no matter what diet you do, you got to burn more calories than you eat in your intake. So you can do paleo, you can go vegan since that's the new wave.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
it
whatever
is.
you want to do. If you're not burning more calories in your intake, you're not going to lose weight.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's pretty much it. And then with the movement patterns, I just see with the assessment how you move. And then we start with the basic functions and then just come up with different ways to try and challenge you and then just to get you to your goal. you
Okay.
know. But yeah, I mean, that's why I like working with athletes, because then I get a chance to like go create and function and, you know, think. And then, you know, if you're working with just the general population, you don't have to get super like fancy with it, I guess. You can just do your basic movements.
Okay.
You know, I use like a lot of core stuff and corrective things just to help prevent injury, but
Okay.
yeah, it's nothing like special, I don't believe. Like
Okay.
no super secrets, you know what I mean?
Okay.
I think a question we wanted to ask, like, about like your fitness regimen too. Like, what do you do to keep yourself like
Yeah.
fit as well? Like, do you have like a pretty strict one for yourself?
I try, honestly. So last year I stopped working out in March. Well, I stopped lifting. So
Okay.
I started back in January. I took like 10 months off or something like that, and I ran, and I went for like lots of walks just to keep my head like. I wasn't really in the lifting mood. I was burnt out, so got into running. Just went to walking just to keep my head level, and then I started back in January. So I try and do like 3 to 4 days a week.
Yeah.
And then just to get back in the routine of it. But I mean, when I work out, is when I like come up with different sauce. You know, I like
For
try
sure.
and create and explore
I
just
get
so I don't
it.
get bored. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
try different things.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So that's like just in there experimenting, labbing, and just coming up with different ways to get a certain outcome or stimulus. So
Yeah. Yeah. And far as like this was the question I wanted to ask before. Social media, far as trainers, you know, you got different trainers that's on social media just for clout and shit. You know, then you got the other trainers that's really about their business. You know what I'm saying? And I see you post a lot of stuff. You really about your business.
All the ones we've had on here, y'all about your business.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'm actually ass at social media.
That reminds me of me. I'm with you, man. I wish I was better at it.
I just
Thank you for
record
Mimi.
people.
Mimi's better
I
at it.
just post some workout stuff. It's
Yeah.
work because
Yeah.
people can see it, but I don't know
Right.
what the fuck I'm doing. I just post little clips and workout stuff. That's all I use it for, like an online resume. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm learning better. Like you got the workout times and branding myself and all that. And unfortunately, I have to put myself out there more. It's kind of weird because it's a service industry where I'm here to like serve you, but
Right.
people want to see me, and that's what happens with a lot of trainers too. Like
They get big headed.
yeah,
Yeah.
So I had to put myself out there more, which is weird because we weren't never like shirts off in the gym. It's like if you got your shirt off, you better be the strongest motherfucker in this gym
For sure. Yeah.
or stay humble and lift. So
Right.
now coming back here, you got to be a little more flashy in that. So it's just kind of like I don't want to say becoming commercial, but just
You think image is everything as far as being a trainer? Like you got to be the presentation to
Yeah,
attract clients.
It depends. It depends on your privilege.
You got to explain
What do you
that.
I can show you some trainers who cannot move but have built their names off of athletes.
Right.
Yeah.
My motto is that I can do what I instruct you to do, and you got
Got
some
it.
people who can't really do it, but they've built a name off of it just
Right.
because, of who they work with, and like I said, their privilege. Like I know for a fact that, and even I see it with like now, you don't see a lot of black strength and conditioning coaches. You see more
Yeah, you
black talent being highlighted.
Right.
But when you see other coaches and shouting out coaches, it's more so like white coaches.
Oh, these short white guys.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Or, another race, but you don't really see us being highlighted for our minds. It's more so our talent.
Always.
So that's why I say it
Yeah.
depends on, your privilege.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I follow that because I see that all over.
Oh, I do too.
Oh, I mean, you for sure because
I'll
it's your
see
field.
something
Yeah.
I was doing years ago, and I'll see like, I hate saying it, like a white coach with a little following.
Yeah.
And he'll do something that I did years ago, and it's like, oh, this is gold, and I'm just like,
Yeah, I just did that.
yeah, and it's just like, well, why don't? And I just like to create, like, why I don't like. I'm not gonna wait on you to come up with something to make it law.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna
Right.
go come up with some shit on my own, and then I'm gonna just put my stamp on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just what I like. I don't really like waiting for anybody to validate my mind. Like I can't validate your thoughts. God
Right.
gave you a brain.
True.
Right.
God gave everybody in here brains for you to use it. And the only difference between them and these other people look up to them is that these people stamped and validated their own minds, and you guys aren't. So you're looking up to them. And we all learn from each other, but I feel like it's better off if you get more people creating and trying to, come up with their own flavor versus waiting on this person in the industry to say, do this.
Right.
Everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, it don't have to be. It's like music, anything else. Like,
Yeah.
why you don't have to do it that way.
Yeah.
You can do it your way that you feel like it gets you the results, and you always got to be in the mode of creating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like, just trying to create.
Yeah. Do you think trainers get the recognition they deserve, or coaches get the recognition they deserve?
It all depends, honestly, man. I see some that I feel are overrated. I see some that I feel are underrated. It just really depends.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with that. I mean, I've seen, I mean, even kind of going back, like there's the dunk contest just recently. The kid
That
that
was
won,
terrible.
it was the worst, wasn't it? What's his name though? He got flight. What's his name? The little kid from Portland. That
The one that was he was supposed to kiss around.
yeah.
That was dangerous. I wouldn't have tried that.
Yeah.
'Cause he was gonna knock his fronts out. If
Oh
he really
yeah, he
kissed her.
didn't. He didn't actually.
He thought about it, like, no, I'm gonna
Yeah.
bust my lip.
Yeah.
Knock my two front
And
teeth
he
out.
grabbed like a little basketball off of the top of the square.
Yeah, he got up on that.
Oh, okay.
He has flight. He's only
watching that,
6'3" or so, but like the coach, I looked him up and I was like, okay, like there's definitely some training in there that helped him with his explosion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like I said, just like you said, it was just this guy that has this little training gym, and clearly some privilege there.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh look, and he just like take a picture with me. You know what I'm saying? And he took a picture. You can check. You can look it up.
Yeah.
But then if you talk about like a guy named like John Morant, you know what I mean? John Morant is like one of my favorite basketball players right now, like young guys.
Small school, wasn't a big time recruit. Had to
Yeah.
really work to get there. And
Man,
I like
work
that a lot.
and he's got flight and fearlessness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And his dad was like his trainer, really. Like he talked about his dad being his biggest hater, but his dad pushed him. Like his story is out there. You can look at it how he had him jumping over tires and working on landing instead of just like not just getting up but just landing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's how he's like 170, but still can fly through the air and take these shots and still get these shots
Right.
up
Yeah.
against these big guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that, and it's like there's not a bunch of pictures of them,
Yeah.
but at least somebody says something. But it's just interesting the how the sprawl gets out
Yeah.
on one side and how it's like you get on this other side. It's like you know what I mean.
Yeah, and then
It's
you have
not.
to you have to build a name for these big names to be referred to you. But I think that as far as the craft goes, if you take somebody who's not naturally gifted and train them till they get to that elite level versus somebody like let's say Zion, like
Duh, completely.
I don't have to
freak of
do
nature.
much work
You
with
don't.
Zion. Just gotta
No.
make sure he doesn't get
Help
injured.
him make sure he runs right and
Yeah, you know
eats
what I
a little
mean.
different. Like,
Exactly.
I think he need to get a little bit more leaner. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
he
But-
has dropped some weight.
Yeah.
But
apparently.
I don't have to do much to make him more explosive or
Yeah,
stronger.
yeah.
It's
Dude,
just
dude
make
is
sure-
the most explosive
Yeah.
guy I've ever seen
Yeah.
in
But
the NBA.
if he
Yeah.
came to me, I would be world renowned. And I haven't really done
You haven't
much,
done-
and it
yeah,
doesn't knock
exactly.
the work that I got to get there for him to be referred to me.
Right.
But taking him versus somebody who had to come up through the G League, who kept getting cut, and we had to keep working and working and working and working, and then we finally got there. You know, I think
That's
that's
a win.
I think that's a better story. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
That's what's
Yeah.
up, man.
Exactly. And I also see you train pregnant women.
Yeah, that
now-
prenatal, postnatal
Yeah, yeah.
thing like that.
What's the process of that?
It's nerve wracking. Yeah. So what happened? The very first lady that I worked with that was pregnant, it was Lauren Holiday. So it was Drew's wife.
Oh, okay.
So I worked with her a few times. And
Soccer
then,
player,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
Worked with her a few times, and then I hadn't had anybody pregnant. So then I was working with another client, and she got pregnant. And I'm like, all right, well, I got to learn how to train pregnant women correctly and make sure. So when I got certified, started learning, and then from there, she had the baby. So then we started like getting the weight off. Then she got pregnant again, so she had the second child.
Yeah.
And then she had a big following, and then from there, more pregnant women start coming, and then another 2 of my clients got pregnant while we were like training. So
Wow.
I mean, if you're gonna like try and train women, like,
so you had to go and get certified. That's dope.
I mean, women get pregnant, so I mean, you might as well.
we need that to happen.
Yeah,
to
you might
survive.
as well just add that to the package if you're gonna work with them.
Right,
'cause
alright,
it's gonna happen most likely.
I mean, how do you go about? Do they have to go about a certain diet, far as?
Well,
being
I don't.
pregnant? So
Well,
you
they
know how
have
pregnant
like
women get.
they work with their doctors already with nutrition, making sure that their weight at this weight, So all I have to do is just make sure like what trimesters, what they can and can't do, and a lot of it's actually listening to their bodies. Like sometimes with the baby growing, hips hurts, back hurts. So
movement.
yeah, it's just adjusting based as it goes. It's always a different process. It's another human growing.
Right.
So it's always something different. So.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
dope, man.
Yeah, I know you have to be real careful, far as all type of the techniques you.
Yeah, you modify a lot until like later in the pregnancy to when they can really get going.
Yeah.
But it's nerve wracking because, they're pregnant and you just the littlest thing, weight on the floor they can trip and fall. You
All
got to be
that.
really, really, really careful.
Oh, okay. So that's a different type of concentration as a trainer.
Yep.
Yes,
I
indeed.
bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I would have known that when Luke was pregnant. Man, I would have found you quick, man. I'd be like, yo, because
Even something like going for a walk, if
that's what I've
it makes a
heard.
big
I've heard
difference.
that like walking and like just that basic like getting the hips fluid and the back fluid a little bit
Man,
more.
like, I trimmed like a good amount of body fat last year just going for walks to clear my mental, and I'm like, shit, like I forgot how cool walking is.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and then
I hadn't had a chance to go for a walk because we always on the go, but now things slow down. Now.
especially in LA, like
Yeah.
so much to see.
I'm
like,
walking
it's
and
like-
just looking like this isn't bad,
Yeah.
And I was able to like rest, recover because it was not strenuous, so you can walk 5 or 6 miles and not even look up and
yeah,
not tired. Like, oh shoot! So I
Yeah.
kept doing that, and that's
Yeah.
what started working for me.
that's what's up, man.
Man, so is any pregnant women out there? Y'all come holler at my boy Keith, man. You good and pregnant? Come holler at my boy Keith.
Man, I'm glad I had a chance to meet you, man.
Oh, shit,
Because
man.
we heard
Thanks
the
for
first
having me.
the first time you came, it was just like there was just so much stuff that you shared that was like was great, and I was like,
Yeah.
man, dude, I just got to get in there and have a conversation.
Oh
with him,
man,
too.
appreciate
I
it.
see you were featured in the article too.
Oh yeah, it's been great, man.
was that?
I think it's like I think it was like 3 or 4 so far, but it was like NBC News, Yahoo syndicated one.
Dope.
I did one for Live Strong, Huffington Post yesterday. So
HuffPost is dope.
Yeah.
Man.
it's been a few, man. I just been fortunate to and it's just really like God and the universe just putting people in my life, So I guess people saw like I was working throughout and getting to it, and people, this year being rewarded from it. So
That's
all
pretty
good.
dope, man. Dude, and I've been seeing you, man, on Instagram, man. I don't know what gym is that you working out at, man, but that seems like some.
the rooftop one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's Health House. That's out in like West Hollywood or Bel Air. Or I'm sorry,
What?
Beverly Hills.
Damn.
Yeah, so
We need to get an invite
Man,
there.
I'm
Man.
telling you, man,
Get
that is so dope,
We
We need
man.
to get an invite over there.
yeah.
Get some work in.
yeah, it's a very nice gym.
It
so.
is. It's
Yeah.
It's a place just to go clear my head.
It seems like it's as far as your mental state and everything.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
I mean, just stay moving because it's still stressful now with everything going on. With this, like you survive based off other people's income. You know, so you gotta,
Yeah.
you can't get too comfortable.
True.
You know what I mean?
Right,
So
right.
I just try and stay level headed because business picked up last year, and
Okay.
I don't think it's too many people that can sit there and say that. Like we like to talk. Like my hustle, my grind.
Yeah.
And all that pseudo street cred that
Yeah.
sound good in rap music,
It
but
do.
it's not really. I don't know nobody that can say that, their business, they expected business to pick up in personal training during a pandemic where
Yeah.
we're not supposed to be close to anyone.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm not that strategic.
Yeah.
That's just God blessing me. You know what I mean? So
feel
it's just
that.
trying to stay,
You're doing
level
what's
headed.
right, and so the
Yeah,
law of
you know
attraction
what
is
I
kind of
mean?
working for you
Yeah,
because you
'cause-
treat people right, and then they.
I can hustle and I can grind, but to say that I'm that good and strategic, it would be a complete lie. Like people, you know what I mean? Like it was kind of like everybody's like this,
Yeah.
man. Get away from me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
stay away. Like get back. You know what I mean? And to say that in the close contact business that you knew your business was going to grow,
Yeah.
Nah,
you didn't.
there's no way.
You no,
You
no
can't.
way
You can't.
possible.
You can't be
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, I knew. No.
Yeah, it was damn
I
near
feel
illegal.
you.
It's damn near illegal to be close to
100%.
people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's a blessing. There, that's cool, man.
Yeah. I got one question to ask before we let you go. Are you taking the vaccine?
I have a bachelor party coming up in Brazil.
Whoa, hold on. So you get married?
No, I'm not.
I've been saying
My boy Walt's getting married.
Right on.
Okay.
And like now they travel, you got to have a negative COVID test when you
Yeah.
come
So
back.
you have to take a test before you go, or if the country requires it, and then you have to take one when you come back to get in. So you can take 2 rapid tests, or you can take the vaccine.
I just don't understand. I never really been. I don't know like other countries' testing methods. So it's like
I
the
would
last
take-
thing I need is not to get,
You take one here at the U.S.
and you got to take one there too.
Oh, they want you to
before
Brazil?
you leave.
Brazil wants you
Well,
to take one.
before
Or the
you,
U.S.
you come back.
The
here,
U.S.
you need-
requires it,
yeah.
but the
Yeah.
U.S.
Yeah.
embassy, like they'll. That's what I've read is that they're kind of on top of like when you're going to the U.S. So it's not Brazil giving you the test. It's
Yeah,
actually
because my
is it?
my coworker went to Mexico, Cabo, and
Okay.
then they don't require you to get the test going there, but going back to U.S. you need to take a test.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how it works, but I'm like, I know we have to get tested in Brazil, and I'm like, man,
Yeah, man.
I want to travel. I mean, I go back and forth about it. Because it's not that vaccines, I'm like on this like conspiracy theory kick,
Yeah.
but I never got the
Here
flu
we go.
vaccine.
Me, yeah. I've
And
gotten one at like 9 years
me-
old, maybe.
Yeah, and I feel like, well, shit, if I get the COVID vaccine, I should be able to take my mask off. And that could be just me being difficult.
Yeah.
But it's like, if I get vaccinated, I shouldn't have to wear this mask. So
Right.
I've been fortunate enough to not get it wearing,
Me
doing
too,
what I'm
yeah.
doing. So I'm just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm good.
I mean, we've had this conversation
Yeah,
at length.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's.
And there's new strains, and I'm like, well, shit, all right. So I have to
How
get this
many
again next
vaccines
year.
do I
Be the
need?
third
Yeah,
one.
I mean, I know,
Yeah.
right?
Is this permanently get rid of it? Like,
Yeah,
is it
yeah.
done? Because
It
I don't want to
won't.
keep doing this
It's like
every
the
year.
flu vaccine.
There's a third one that you have to take for the new strain.
See, and that's
See,
what
and then
I don't
the-
want to keep getting
And then
vaccinated.
the one vaccine
Exactly.
is like a 40-day process.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the people I've talked to, they've like a couple people are under weather after the second one. But I mean, it depends. Like I want to travel, and I don't know what the fuck is gonna happen. Like they're
They're
talking about.
probably gonna make you take it. They said it's
That's what
there's
I
gonna be
think.
a vaccine passport or something.
No,
like
there's
that.
not. That didn't pass.
I hope.
Then I saw something like
that's not,
maybe to
didn't
get in
pass.
concerts.
They tried to.
And-
Concerts, yeah, get in like a crowded
Concert,
space.
yeah, you
Yeah, I
probably
mean,
take
see,
the
like,
vaccine.
you
yeah.
Not a vaccine, a test.
test.
A rapid test.
No,
Now,
the vaccine.
Yeah, I saw
it
some.
kinda-
I've been seeing a lot. Yeah,
yeah.
you might have to get vaccinated
Yeah,
to go to
because the
concerts.
rapid test ain't guaranteed.
It's like they're gonna make
ain't
you.
accurate.
I mean, no, they're like so the I do know that NPR was like following if they were gonna do a vaccine passport. Israel did it, but the United States didn't vote on it. They said no to it. Once and every state can decide.
Yeah.
So Georgia by the summer is gonna have full. The Phillips Arena is gonna be full for sure, no question.
That's Georgia though.
That's why I say it's per state.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they can't mandate the vaccine, but they can mandate testing.
Yeah.
So, and
it
that's the
just
one.
depends. I don't know.
But
what's
who
gonna
knows?
happen.
We don't know what the hell. Like you said, I don't know what the hell is gonna happen. All I know is that like I want to go to a show.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, all you gotta do is go down south. You go to any show you want.
That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, all them jokers down there
everybody.
party.
I mean, you know, I guess I'm gonna have to go to Atlanta more often
Yeah.
now. Like, I
It's
don't
like
know.
you say that Bruno and Anderson, if they go on tour, you know, and I got to get vaccinated to go see it. I mean, I can't sit in the house much longer. I may have to get it.
I had to get it.
Yeah,
Just,
I got to see the show.
yeah, for
You know
sure.
what I mean?
I'm with you on that. Like I'm into. I love shows, man.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
biggest thing.
So
that
I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And
We'll see.
everything, man. Man, man.
We don't
Hopefully,
know.
I don't think so.
All right.
But
But we gonna wrap up though.
yes, sir. But before we let you go, Keith, man, appreciate you coming
Oh,
on.
man, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Any person dead or alive, who you would love to work out with, dead or alive?
Train or just me?
Just person, any person in period, famous or not famous.
Wait, I'm
Dead
I'm-
or alive.
You talking
Dead or
about
alive.
train or just meet?
Just you want to work out with.
Workout
want
with.
to work out with. It's tough. I got like a bucket list of like OGs that I want to work with, but if I had to narrow it down, shit, that's hard. Cause I mean, to say I work with Michael Jordan, like Denzel Washington,
Okay, there
you know
you
what
go.
I mean? Or like Barack Obama.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's hard. I mean, people like that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That'd be,
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
you know, Shannon Sharp. Like
Shannon Sharp.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
who I want to work out
Yeah,
with for
so-
sure, man. Shout out to Shannon.
It's tough to narrow that down to one person.
Oh man,
Yeah.
man, that's dope. That's dope. So you saying Shannon? You
Yo, Shannon for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I've even met Shannon, so that's why I want to work out with him. But
Yeah.
I've seen some of his workouts, and he pushes it
Oh,
to
yeah,
the
he's a
limit.
beast.
At 54, he's still pushing
Yeah.
it to the limit.
Yeah.
So I even took it like his farmer carry workout. Like I do that myself, just 'cause
Yeah.
I just think it's incredible. You know what I'm
I
saying?
even like I like to train with Skip.
Skip might run you into the ground.
He ain't lying because
That
Skip
boy-
love to run,
He
man.
run like 6 miles a day, man. I don't know.
Like, look, Jay-Z, like, I don't know if he work out, but just say, I'm trained, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Work with Jay-Z.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
a lot of people, you know?
yeah, and everything, man. So
Anyway.
that's dope, man. Man, Keith, we appreciate you
Oh,
having
man,
you
thank
on the
y'all for
show,
having
man,
me.
and everything, man. And man, hey, that's another episode of Locker Room Talk, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all, man.
Appreciate
Let's
it.
go and get these games. Yo!
Y'all shoot every Saturday? Or, like, y'all do both?
007 at 7 a.m. 007 at 7 a.m. 007 at 7 a.m. Hey, I'm going 007 at 7 a.m. 007 at 7 a.m. Hey, okay. I'm sniping for the bank. If you ain't talking duckies, you can die another day. I'm going 007 at 7 a.m. 007 at 7 a.m. It's a nigga moon rock, and you know I'm coming to kill it just like a nigga when he ripping with a sawed off way. Smoking in the moments, nigga going in like I'm about to go raw dog way. I get in the moments, taking over data like I'm about to play Watch Dogs way. Sure they really know what's up, yeah. I can go vegan and still be hot dog way. Mission is to bang, you ain't making noise or making shit shake. You better believe when me and Lowe's drop, it's about to cause a motherfucking damn earthquake. You niggas is fish and you niggas some average Normans, always gonna catch the bait. Yeah, this straight tryna be like Sherman, clones but they get my wallet overweight. Yeah, pew pew pew. Nigga don't get this real confused on the black James Bond, and I'm about to take off and the mission is making money moves. And don't be shy, you ain't got no sauce, you can't eat with me, that's the truth. And I'm about to take off, man, fuck the launch and best believe that your excuse. I'm going 007 at 7 a.m. 007 at 7 a.m. Hey, I'm going 007 at 7 a.m. 007 at 7 a.m. Hey, okay, I'm sniping for the bank. If you ain't talking duckies, you can die another day. I'm going 007 at 7 a.m. 007 at 7 a.m.
Yo, never duplicated, often imitate. Took my lemons and made lemonade without a limit. I'm a renegade, they eliminate. They can never penetrate the defense I break. They can never generate the deep shit I make. They can never innovate the masses. The masses, stupid questions get dumb masters. I done mastered the funk masters. The leakers too. I'm a league of two, too elite for you. I be speaking too deep to see it through. Eager eyes, you need shit to